Once upon a time in the wealthy city of Odenigbo, where cars purred like cats and houses kissed the clouds, lived a man named Ifeanyi Okafor. He was not just rich, he was legendary. His fleet of black jeeps moved like royalty. His wristwatch cost more than a mansion. They said his breakfast flew in from Paris and his shoes had never touched sand. Ifeanyi owned banks, hotels, oil blocks, and even a football club in Europe. But one thing this billionaire didn't have was love. Not just any love, real love. The kind that doesn't care about private jets or champagne pools. The kind that sees the soul before the status. Every woman he met wanted the lifestyle, not the man. One night, under a sky full of stars on his rooftop lounge, Ifeanyi sipped palm wine from a gold cup and whispered, "I want someone who would love me even if I had nothing." The next morning, he did the unthinkable. He disappeared. No staff, no bodyguards, no designer clothes. Ifeanyi shaved his beard, wore thrift-market slippers, and traveled far away to a quiet village called Umuchukwu, dressed like a common bricklayer. There, no one knew him. They called him If, just Ife. He lived in a small rented room with a leaking roof and worked as a helper at a carpentry shop. Every evening he sat at the village square watching the sunset over hills, thinking of his old life. One day, while helping repair a market stall, he met Nkem. She was a fruit seller. Her smile, gentle. Her words, pure. Her laugh, medicine. Unlike others, Nkem never asked him where he came from or why his hands were too soft for a laborer. She only asked, "Are you happy?" That question pierced him deeper than any luxury ever could. Over the weeks, they became close. She would pack him extra mangoes, tease him when he struggled to carry wood, and sit with him at night to talk about life, not money. She never suspected he was worth billions, and he never told her, until one day. A convoy of black jeeps thundered into the village, dust rising. Ifeanyi's assistant, Chuka, stepped out. Greater than, "Sir, it's time." Nkem watched in confusion as Ife, a humble carpenter, walked over and hugged Chuka like a brother. Then, in front of the whole village, Ife pulled off his dusty cap and said, "My real name is Chief Ifeanyi Okafor. I own businesses in 3 continents, but I've never been as rich as the day you asked if I was happy." Gasps filled the air. Market women dropped their baskets. Children screamed. But Nkem just looked at him, quiet. He knelt down. "Greater than, will you marry me, not because of who I was or who I am, but because of who we are together?" She smiled, tears in her eyes, and nodded. "I didn't fall for a billionaire," she said. "I fell for a man who helped me carry baskets, laughed with me at the fire, and saw me, not as a fruit seller, but as a queen." They married a month later. Nkem wore no diamonds, just coral beads, passed down by her grandmother. But her glow that day outshone every luxury Ifeanyi had ever owned. He built her a mansion, but she still sold fruit on weekends to stay grounded, she said. And from that day, people learned, true wealth is not in your account, but in your heart. Enjoyed this story? Don't forget to subscribe for more amazing African folktales that mix wisdom, luxury, and love. Let stories like this enrich your soul.